What's up, motherfuckers? I'm Barry Bonds with Mines.
Yo.
We are back. It's the Pressure Podcast, ready for a Saturday night edition, baby. What's up, motherfuckers?
YouTube Premium.
Enjoying the preseason so far. It's the last week of the preseason. We're heading to fantasy football draft era and prepping for that fateful Thursday night where my boys' team gets their bling bling championship rings. You know what I'm saying?
No, they got them hoes already.
No. You guys get the banner night and everything that day.
Oh no, yeah, the banner, but I'm saying the ring, they got that motherfucker.
I think they did a ceremony, but you guys gonna do another one.
I'm ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Excited. One more week. One more week.
Let's get it.
Hell yeah!
On a Saturday where we learned Brian Robinson Jr. got traded to the San Francisco 49ers. That was a shocker.
What the fuck? Love it. Love it for them.
What does that mean for CMC? What does that mean for the Washington Redskins? We don't know. Only time will tell. I think Austin Eckler now becomes a super premium come fantasy football wise. I think the wide receivers for Washington look like they're gonna stay. Looks like Deebo Samuel and McLaurin is gonna be a tandem.
Yes, sir. I'm excited, man.
Now, does that say that San Francisco doesn't trust CMC to stay healthy? I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think it's that. I think it's just to have depth because they feel like they didn't have enough depth last year.
What about George
Mason? Yeah, but remember he got hurt. He got hurt too, and he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah, I know they let him go, but I was thinking.
And didn't you tell me he was gonna get suspended or something?
Well, when you hear the news that they let that go, Mason go, if you're CMC, you're thinking, oh, so they still have faith in me. Cool. And you know they're gonna draft a running back. But then when you see this, what does that say? Oh, maybe they don't trust me.
Nah. I don't think so. I think CMC been in the league too long to be worried about if they don't trust him or if they do.
To be fair, in all fairness, San Francisco only gave up a 2026 sixth rounder for him, so it's not like they broke the bank for him.
Be cool, nigga.
I think he's a free agent next year. I think that's why they got so little for him. So it's just like a 1-year rental type thing.
Oh, I bet.
It's got something like that.
I would think so as well.
Up, you know what I'm saying?
I would think so as well, but something tells me
maybe you like another running back in your core so far. Maybe that also works. I mean that's kind of the same thing with Tampa Bay if you think about it. Tampa Bay got a Riches over there running back with Tucker. They got Sean Tucker. They got the boy. They got White and they got obviously. I mean, they got Riches over there, period. Wide receiver wise, the team's scary, man. Well, they stay healthy and they have a good defense this year. Watch out.
The silver lining here that I see is, come fantasy wise, if you take a chance on CMC, then you have to have Brian Robinson Jr. as your handicap. You got to have that. You got to draft him later on. So that means that now you're going to spend two of your slots on running back of the same team. I think that's just bad policy, but I mean it could work out.
I don't know if I'm taking a chance on Brian Robinson just because he's going to a new offense. CMC to me is going to get most of the carries once he's 100%. I don't know what he's looking like right now. I mean, he's just coming back from injury, so that's probably why they brought him as well.
Something tells me they're going to split carries to keep CMC off the injury reserve as much as possible. It could be.
At least, kill his reps a little bit so he doesn't have to be
a bell cow anymore.
Yeah.
Either way, fantasy-wise, it don't look good. I think you can get the receivers and Purdy, but not the running backs. In PPR, maybe you could take a flyer on them, but that's risky. We're also coming to you on a day where after Chicago's head coach, who was Ben Johnson, who used to be the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, he called out Caleb and his offense, saying they looked sloppy all summer. That is
What the fuck?
he not only mentioned that it was.
I love the fact that he said it though.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't scared to say to his franchise quarterback, like, you gotta tighten up.
Yeah, but in week 3 of the preseason, which is the last week, you would expect better than sloppy when it comes to Caleb Williams, because a lot of people projecting him to take a leap here, right? But at the end of the day, right now, he looks like pussy. He really does. He's sloppy. It's not that. I mean, if it was a little rusty, or they're not sharp, or they're playing a little too slow, that's one thing. But sloppy is a very, very ugly word to be thinking about in week 3 of the preseason, the last week of the preseason before they make the ultimate cuts for the last cuts for the rosters. You know what I'm saying? This is when they cut him down to 50.
In his defense, in the preseason games, he hasn't looked sloppy.
That's not true. He in his first series he fumbled the ball, but they recovered. The second, and that was because of a bad snap. Him and his center were not in tandem.
I didn't see all his reps. I just seen the highlights, so maybe they didn't show that.
When that result would have 3-it out. His second series, 2 times in a row, this man on second and third down held onto the ball way too long, and he had an open pocket, clean pocket. You got to know what to do with the ball, and if don't, run, make something out of nothing. I don't know if he has that, or maybe the offense is just a little harder than normal.
I've been told people Caleb Williams and. I mean, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying you guys are hyping him up to be like this.
I think he's talented. I know he's good. The problem is his in between the ears. Is that okay? Because it's one thing to have the neck down, but what about the neck up?
But sometimes
can you decipher defenses? Can you make quick decisions?
But most of the time, most quarterbacks, they don't get that. Like, you either have that or you don't.
Yeah. And it could be taught, but like you said, I mean, if you don't already have it,
it's rare.
Chances are you're not going to be one of those special ones that we thought you were. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I've seen weirder shit happen in sports. And then we're also coming to you on a day where Shedeur Sanders struggles but flashes. So he finished 17 of 29 with 152 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles. But the good numbers came when the third and fourth stringers were in. When the second stringers were in, he could not stay on the field. He was getting sacked. He was trying to make something out of nothing with his legs, but ended up losing more yards than a regular sack. And it just didn't look good. And then all of a sudden, he collected himself, and then things got going. But I think it's because the weaker competition came in. So Gabriel did pretty good, Flacco did better, and Shedeur did pretty good. It's clear that Stefanski knows what he's doing. It's clear that Joe Flacco is belongs or deserves or is earning of the top of the depth chart when it comes to the quarterback position in Cleveland. I don't know what to say. Maybe Shedeur or Gabriel will take the job later on in the season, but at the moment, it looks like Flacco is going to stay for at least half the season, unless any injury or something happens. Right?
I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. We don't expect the Browns to go anywhere. Do we expect the Browns to go anywhere?
I do if they have a quarterback.
I don't.
I always said because the Browns actually have a good roster, just the quarterback part. The last time they had a competent quarterback, they made the playoffs. They won 10-6. That was just 2 years ago. And believe me, they know how to draft. They've got a lot of good players. They got a talented defense. They're not old.
No, they're not old, but they do get hurt.
They do get hurt.
Newsom gets hurt, and so does Ward. Those are your 2 top corners.
Yeah, but I always said that the Browns found some way, found or figured out the quarterback situation. That's a team to watch out for because they have a playoff roster. I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs because they're not an elite team by any means, but they're the type of team that can win 10 games with a good quarterback. And Joe Flacco, let's see what he has left. He looked pretty good in this last game. My Ravens looked pretty good with 3 beat down. The funny thing is, in none of the games, I mean, in this game, Cooper Rush was like 9 of 10 or something like that. This is his best game or something like that. But the quarterbacks haven't done shit. They've only altogether they only have 1 touchdown, about 4 or 5 interceptions.
This is on the Ravens?
The Ravens, backup quarterbacks.
Damn.
Yet we've blown out all the teams that we had with our run game and defense and special teams. Tyler Loop is the shit.
Goddamn white boy.
That man hit a 61-yarder yesterday. I mean, it's just the Ravens know how to do this shit. They know how to fix problems. It's looking like gearing up a good year. But the only reason I wanted to mention that I didn't really care for much of the game is just it's funny how the Ravens keep winning in preseason, and we don't even do it on purpose. We accidentally broke the record because we were that good at drafting. It just ended up happening. Once we got wind that there was a record, we ended up going for it. But we didn't aim to go for a record. I don't think nobody knew there was a record for the most current win streak in preseason. I didn't even know until it happened. But there it is. Without further ado, we are live from our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Cole. This is rated M for millennials.
Not to be confused with
It is Savage Saturday, baby. Today's topics is Hurts top 5 QB. Hurts is a top 5 QB. We will show you why. Chiefs AFC Ops and the weekly power rankings. Mortal Kombat inspired. You already know. We are here midnights on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at Pressure Podcast Live on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe, leave a like, and comment. And remember, this is the podcast reviewer has say. If you have a webcam, we will send you a web link and put you on the screen so you can talk your shit. But let's get to the first topic, which is that Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback. Truth hurts, ladies and gentlemen. The truth hurts. Against Jalen Hurts, I have everything situated right here. So if you want to say Matthew Stafford is better, well, I think not. Jalen Hurts is a more accurate quarterback. If you're saying Jaden Daniels doesn't have the maturity or the knowledge just yet, and his yards per completion shows that he does not know how to read a defense quite like Hurts is because he's too young. When it comes to football IQ, you could look at Jordan Love or C.J. Stroud, but once again, look who has more interceptions. Jalen Hurts only has 5 to C.J. and Love 11, 12. Now, I know what you're going to say, but Hurts fumbles a lot.
Or he doesn't throw the ball a lot.
Fumbling has nothing to do with reading the defense, okay? It's more about pocket presence than anything else, and ball security. Then you could mention Jared Goff, but Jared Goff is more accurate, throws more touchdowns, yes, and more yardage. But guess who has more Super Bowl appearances? 2-1 Jalen Hurts, motherfucker.
Fatality.
And don't you dare mention Justin Herbert around here. Let's look at who's a better winner. Jalen Hurts is 46 for 20 all-time his career, which is 64.3%. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert's 41 for 38 for 51.9%. So basically, Justin Herbert wins half his game. Jalen Hurts wins 2/3 of his games.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? It's a complete different story. So that's my 5 reasons why Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback and better than 5 other quarterbacks.
A winner versus a choker. That's a choker.
Yes.
That's what Justin Herbert is, a choker.
And if you disagree, let me hear what you got to say in the comments, please.
And I'm explain why right now.
I just cooked any argument anybody had on all the other guys.
So they say Jalen Hurts has wide receiver, tight end, O-line, running back, all that shit, right? What they fail to mention is in the year 2021, when his second year in the league, he brought that team to the playoffs. I'm going to show you who the wide receivers were. 1, Greg Ward, whose best year he had 254 yards complete, like catching yards, 245.
306 spoonings.
Jalen Reagor. Now, it's not, like I said, these aren't things that are his fault or Justin Herbert's. But at the end of the day, when Justin Herbert had Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, they went to the playoffs, but guess what? They lost just like Jalen Hurts. Meaning it's simple to say that he doesn't have weapons. I mean, that he has all the weapons now. But guess what? He's going to Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? With less Justin Herbert, he don't make the playoffs. And when he does, he chokes. Jalen Hurts don't choke. Jalen Hurts, even in that game against Tampa Bay, he played well. Well enough. I mean, I can't blame him when he didn't have no defense. Look what happens when you got him a kick-ass defense. We didn't just beat teams. We dominated damn near everybody in the playoffs. I don't get it. It's like okay. I'll give you another example. Sam Darnold last year. Did he not have Justin Jefferson? Did he not have Jordan Addison? Did he not have Aaron Jones? Did he not have a good O-line? Did he not have a good defensive line, cornerbacks? Like, what is it? He's a top 10 quarterback, though, according to others that I'm not going to mention.
Goddamn, white boy.
But Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback, isn't a top 10 quarterback? And he went to the Super Bowl and won it? How does that even make sense? But then they'll say Justin Herbert, because he won Rookie of the Year and he had 38 touchdowns and 36 touchdowns. Man, fuck all that. I want wins. I got a ring, bro.
So give me your 5 reasons why.
Justin Herbert, for Jalen Hurts.
5 reasons why Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback.
Okay. 1, he's just as accurate as damn near any quarterback in the league. Like you said here, he doesn't turn the ball over. So most of the time in the playoffs, he doesn't. I wouldn't say during the season, because during the season he has had a double-digit turning the ball over, but only once in his career out of 4 years, and he just doesn't turn the ball over in the playoffs. I'll give you a stat. Jalen Hurts broke both of Mahomes' NFL playoff records for attempts without an interception and games without an interception. More yards and TDs than Mahomes did during his streak. Kill that noise already. It's dead.
So
he's a champion.
Champion, accuracy, takes care of the ball.
He's a leader of men or whoever the hell else you want to bring. And I just think like he's multi-dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just with his arm, but he can also run on your ass like he did in the Super Bowl when there was times where it was good coverage, but guess what? You forgot about the quarterback.
Yep.
So he makes the right plays, man. Like, when you have a quarterback like that, you have to have him in the top 5, whether you like it or not. If you're mad about something, if you're mad that Philly won, I get it. I understand. Give me a second.
Well, while he's doing what he's doing, the thing about it is the truth hurts. The truth hurts is that he is a top 5 quarterback. Jaden Daniels is not better than Jalen Hurts right now. You can't say C.J. Love or C.J. or Jordan Love is better. You can't say Jared Goff is better. You can't say Herbert's better. And you damn sure can't say Stafford's better. Stafford is actually injured right now, so that's something for fantasy people to look at. I think it's Stetson Bennett. That's the backup. He's looked pretty good in the preseason, but we all know what Bennett is. I don't know how long Stafford is looking to be out, but it's not looking good right now.
Hey, that's because they ain't us.
But it don't look like he's going to be week 1 starter, and we'll see as the story develops and see what the updates are.
No, real talk, the reason why they say Hurts is not a top 5 quarterback is because the narrative was when he came out that he wasn't going to be anything special. And it's mind-blowing to me that we can sit here and be like, Tom Brady's the GOAT, and he came from nothing, basically. I mean, what I mean by nothing, I mean like he had to really get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? He had to take Drew Bledsoe's job. Carson Wentz was the starter for the Eagles. He was the most beloved quarterback in Philly after Donovan McNabb. Like, think about that for a second. And then this guy comes in and he literally just takes it from him.
Mentally strong dude. We've seen in the national media, like,
it's incredible,
with
bro.
Thousands of watching and actually millions watching with TV. Jalen Hurts get benched for Tua in Alabama, one of the most prestigious programs in all of college football, and he didn't bat an eye. He didn't have poor body language. He wasn't pouting. He wasn't sulking. He didn't have that negative energy there. He still was the leader that he showed to be. He calmly excused himself, went to a different school, went ham, and now here he is, Super Bowl champion.
Beast mode.
Yeah, you could make a case for a lot of guys, but when you put it all together, Hurts is better. Hurts is the winner. You can say that he had Saquon run for 2,000, but I've seen him get to the Super Bowl without Saquon. You could say that he has a great defense on him, but you know what? That's all nonsense and excuses, because at the end of the day, you name me one great quarterback that ever won without anything, all right? And if you're saying Peyton Manning, that's one guy. One guy. Where's the others?
Fatality.
The list is short.
And Peyton Manning different. Like, we ain't comparing Jalen Hurts.
And I would say he didn't have nobodies. He had Hall of Famers around him too. So please stop. The truth hurts. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback. End of discussion. Now, if anybody wants to come up and argue, like I said, I could put you on a webcam, and you could show us your receipt, because I don't believe you. You cannot prove to me that Jalen Hurts is not better than all the other guys that you have here. The only guys that are better than him are the Super Saiyans. Who are the Super Saiyans, you ask? Here we go.
Think about that for a second. In his first game, in Jalen Hurts' first game, the only person he had reliable was Devontae Smith.
The Super Saiyan list is obviously Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts. I think they're all Super Saiyan 2 is why they have the electricity around them. But Jaden Daniels is the other one guy that's also a Super Saiyan. He's just not a Super Saiyan 2, so I just didn't even bother. But C.J. Stroud is on the way. Baker Mayfield is the last of the Saiyan warriors. Goff and Matthew Stafford are like Tien and Yamcha, I guess. We don't have a Piccolo just yet in the QFL. I'm gonna look for one. But it's a consensus. There's a top 5 quarterback list, and the only guys that are better than Hurts are the guys that you see right there with the Super Saiyans on. I think this is a no-brainer. Once again, you can't say Stafford because Hurts is more accurate. You can't say Jaden Daniels because he is nowhere near as experienced. You can't say CJ or Jordan Love because they throw way too many picks. You can't say Jared Goff because he hasn't been to the Super Bowl as many times as Hurts. And Goff is in a very well-built team, just so you know. He also has a great running back system, a great O-line, a great D-line, a great cornerback and safety, and great wide receivers and tight end. Okay?
By the way, he's beaten everybody on that top 5 list at least once.
Yes.
So it's like he's
don't
going
you dare
head
say
to head. And
don't you dare say Justin Herbert, because it's 13% difference in wins.
I'll take
Herbert's
Baker.
not a winner.
Baker
Hurts
ain't
is.
there, Louis.
Truth hurts. Truth hurts. So let's get to the next topic, which is the Chiefs' AFC ops. So chief threat here in the AFC, we're talking none other than the Ravens, the Bills, the Bengals. I threw in some extra teams just to have a little fun with it, okay? So the thing about the Chiefs is the Chiefs don't make too many mistakes. They don't shoot themselves in the foot. They're very, very disciplined. They don't get flagged way too often. It's just a well-rounded team. Not to mention they have a great defense and a great quarterback and the greatest offensive mind in all of football. The problem with Baltimore is their discipline. Baltimore has a lot of turnovers whenever we play Kansas City. However, we outgame them. We control the clock on them. We control first down, fourth down, you name it. We just can't stop play. We can't play clean games. We lack discipline, and we get flagged way too much against them. Buffalo is their problem with Kansas City is their defense is weak against Kansas City. Not only how many times have you seen Josh Allen put him in position to beat the Chiefs, and the Chiefs come back with seconds left to get a game-winning field goal or such. Yeah. And then Cincinnati's O-line is weak. Cincinnati does a good job against Kansas City, but for some reason they can't finish drives because their O-line just won't let them. Houston's experience is weak versus Kansas City. They put up fights, but they just don't have the experience to contend with them. And then the Chargers' offense is weak versus Kansas City. Their offense is weak. Even with Jim Harbaugh, their offense is weak. They cannot score against Kansas City. Even though they play them 2 times a year, it's because Kansas City is a great defensive team too. So that will lend to that. But let's show you some some more truths here, okay? Let's start with Houston. As you'll see, Houston faced them 2 years ago, Week 16. lost 19-27. They had more. They didn't have more yards. They had more turnovers. They lost the first down battle, and another one is the lost time of possession. It's just lack of experience. Then last week of the season, they did outgain them by a bunch of yards. No turnovers. They got more third downs and first downs and controlled time of possession, yet they still lost by 9 points. Why? Lack of experience. This is an elite team they don't know how to fuck with. Okay? So let's move on to Houston. We took our names there. Let's go on to Houston. No, San Diego. Who's the Chargers? I still call them San Diego. My bad.
Goddamn, white boy.
So let's look at both their weeks last year. They played in the division. So week 4, they lost 17-10. A pathetic 224 total yards. A pathetic 4 out of 13 in third down. And somehow, some way, they still controlled possession. But they only put up 10 points. Come week 14, number 2. This time is in Kansas City. They only scored 17-19. This time they barely lose the total yards. No turnovers. They have a pathetic 6 of 13 on third down and also controlled possession most of this game, and they just can't score against Kansas City. They just can't. Let's get to Cincinnati. Cincinnati in 22 AFC Championship game. 20-23 loss in Burrowhead. And they were outgained for 357 yards. Look at the first downs. Look at the red zone, and look at the possession. The O-line just won't let Joe Burrow be himself in his final form. And then if you look at week 2, just last season, they had a better game. They outgained them, won the turnover battle, lost the first down battle, lost the third down, and look at that. They won the third down battle. 1 of 8 is what they held Kansas City. They have no business losing this game. Somehow, some way, even with possession, they lost. Why? Because the O-line got a sack for Kansas City, and they were able to go and kick the last-minute field goal with the help of a flag, obviously.
You mean the D-line?
No, the O-line allowed Joe Burrow to get sacked the drive before.
Gotcha.
Let's look at my Baltimore Ravens. Lack of discipline. In the 2023 AFC Championship game, we went to 22, now it's 2023. The Ravens at home lose 17-10. We outgained them in total yards, but we have 3 turnovers to their 0. Look at our penalties. 8 of 95, they only had 3. And look at time of possession, 37-22. Since when do you see anybody outgame the Ravens in possession, 37-22? Because of turnovers. Now, week 1 last year, we outgained them again, 452-353. Matched them on turnovers, 1-1. 25 first down to their 21, but look at the penalties. 7 of 14 to their 4 of 9. Yeah. And this time we control possession. Discipline is the reason we lose to the Chiefs. Let's look at the Buffalo Bills, last year's AFC Championship game. Before that, they faced each other in 2024 week 13, right? By Thanksgiving time. In Buffalo, they outgained them 366-259. Won a turnover battle, won everything. First down, penalties, you name it. Third down, fourth down, red zone, possession. When they win, this is how it looks like. But come playoff time, look how it looks like. It's completely reversed. This time, who has more total yards? Kansas City. Who has more turnovers? Kansas City. Who has more first downs? Kansas City. Penalties. Kansas City wins that one. Third down, Kansas City wins that one. Fourth down, Kansas City wins that one. Red zone. You see a trend here? When it matters most, the defense of the Buffalo Bills cannot contend with Pat Mahomes.
They didn't turn the ball over. That's the only thing they won.
Kansas City got the turnover on them, and still they won. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Kansas City turned the ball over, and they still won. Because their defense cannot contend with Kansas City. That's my thing. Baltimore is disciplined. Too many flags and turnovers. Buffalo's defense is weak. They can go toe-to-toe offense with offense, but when the defense is on the field, they cannot make stops. Even if they get a turnover and win that turnover battle, they still can't get stops. Cincinnati's O-line cannot let Joe Burrow be what he needs to be to beat Kansas City consistently. Houston lacks the experience. They outgained them and they won the turnover battle, and still they lost by 9 points. And the Chargers have yet to score 20 points on Kansas City in over 2 seasons.
Fatality.
Those are the threats for Kansas City, but I think Baltimore is the team to do it best, then Buffalo. I think Cincinnati will be number 1 offensively, but they don't have the defense nowhere near the roster to go and contend with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Houston, maybe if they jump to the elite level, can they make that jump? We'll see. And the Chargers, can they make that jump? We will see. We already know Buffalo and Baltimore don't need to make that jump. They're already there. What they need to do is take care of business. Let's see Buffalo's defense is weak, or if Josh Allen finds a way to keep his defense off the field as long as possible. Maybe that's where you're going to have to Peyton Manning that shit. And as far as Baltimore, just stop turning the ball over and stop getting flagged. But the thing is, we can't get away with nothing, bro. We're a physical team, so I know that it's in our DNA. We're gonna get flagged. Just it can't be outrageous. If they get 3 flags, we get 4, not 8. If they get 9 flags, we don't get 12. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Keep it comparable, so that way it doesn't hurt us that much. Because you saw that time of possession, 37 to our 22. When's the last time? I don't think I've ever seen that happen in the John Harbaugh era, where we lost the time of possession 37 to 22. That's way too. That's a difference of 15 minutes, and we're the ones that are home.
Yeah, that's tough.
And we outgained them in yards, so it's not like we couldn't move the ball. It's just discipline. So if we could fix the discipline part, we will win. Buffalo, I don't know if you could fix the defensive part. I think you're gonna have to find a way to stay on the field on offense. Cincinnati. Score as much as you can. I don't know.
What the fuck? Because your defense.
Houston and Chargers, you got to jump to the next level. Basically that. Who do you think are the ops for the AFC? What do you think?
The ops for the AFC, I have Houston, and I have Denver. I think they've established their defense. The only thing where they're gonna run into is what you said is experience, but everything else looks like it's checked right now. It's been checked. Now we got to see how Bo does his second year, but I got faith in Bo. I think Bo's just gonna do what he pretty much did last year. He's not gonna try to do too much because he doesn't seem like that type of guy, anyways. He seemed like he gets the read and he makes the throw. He can make some spectacular throws as well. So I'm not worried about that. I think Sean Payton's pedigree also makes that, you know what I'm saying, it makes it easier for them to have a chance against KC. I thought they played them really good last year, by the way. They lost, what was it, on a field goal? What was it, a blocked field goal?
Who,
Denver?
Broncos?
So, yeah, that I like what I see there. 2 established corners, 2 established bookends on your defensive ends, good linebacking core, good wide receiver core, a quarterback who knows and will spread the ball to everyone who's open, not just pinpointing one guy only, and a great kicker as well. So they got his special teams as well.
They are a solid team, but you might be a little higher on Denver than I am. I see them as a 7-6 seed right now. A team that could win 10 games maximum. I don't see them winning more than that.
But all they got to do is get in. I'm saying they could.
Yeah, I know.
They could scare somebody. That's what I'm saying.
In the elite level, I put them where Houston was.
I don't think
last
the
year.
Chargers are an elite team at all.
No, I don't think that Houston or the Chargers are elite, or definitely Cincinnati. What I'm saying is that, remember, I said Houston and the Chargers need to make that next step to get to elite. They need to jump that one step to get to elite. That's what I meant by that. I think Denver is Houston last year. I think there's 2 steps for Houston to take before they get elite. They're just too young. However, I've seen young, well-coached teams go ham in football. There's the N3A.
And then the only thing I think
Seahawks
Houston needs to do, like you said, is just experience. Just keep. I mean, well, that's the good thing. You got the experience last year. Now you get to add on to that, and hopefully you get to stay healthy because this team looks so good. Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Nico Collins. If Tank Dell's back healthy, Jaden Higgins, Christian Kirk, you picked him up too. Jalen Noel, you got him in the draft this year. I like him too. You got a good tight end in Dalton Schultz. You got a great kicker in Fairbairn. Like, you literally got two number 1 running backs if you ask me. Nick Chubb may not be the same as he was, but he's still going. You know he's still going to be productive.
Yeah, what is it? What the hell's EPL? What the hell is EPL, Denali? English Premier League? You want us to talk the other football?
Yeah, we can do that. We
Whoa.
just got to catch up on that because I don't know too much.
Don't worry, when the
as far as,
when the
like, you know.
FIFA gets here, we'll get here. It's just that the MLS is nothing to talk about here in the U.S. And it's about to be football season. You can call it boring all you want to, but our viewers love our football talk.
And you say that, but like I've seen plenty of times where people predict a certain team going to the. I mean, the Ravens were supposed to go last year. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think Houston is probably the next best threat to step up to the next level over the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Steelers as an honorable mention, but outside of that, there's no more threats in the AFC. Miami ain't with it. New York definitely ain't with it, and neither is New England. Cleveland ain't with it. Tennessee and Jacksonville and Indiana ain't with it. So, and Oakland ain't with it. So, Houston, Chargers, Pittsburgh, and that's it.
That's probably it, bro.
Those are the only three teams that could actually make the jump to elite if they play better and master their craft. All right, so let's get to the tower rankings. Mortal Kombat inspired. Mortal Kombat is here.
You can go first, brother, on that one.
All right. So here, being rated M for millennials, we do things a little bit different. We like to do our power rankings kind of like we had to play video games back in the day. There was no way to save progress in the game. You had to start from the very beginning every single time. For those who don't know, Gen Zers don't know about that shit. They can save all their progress, whatever. But imagine having to play every single time from the very, very beginning of the game when you turn it on. That's what we're doing with the tower rankings. Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
If you were to play this game, like let's say this is Madden, you had to go through this gauntlet, starting with the Chargers and work your way up. What team would you pick to go against these guys? And the only rule is you cannot pick a team that's listed here already. Hit me with it in the comments. I would pick Cincinnati. I would still pick Cincinnati, just because they got Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase. That's enough for me to contend with that. I'll just play prevent defense and hopefully hold them to a few field goals. So if you were to start in the QFL right now, the way I do my power rankings is if the tournament were to start today. If the tournament were to start today, this is the order that I have it in as the best 10 teams in the league. Starting with the Chargers. I don't like to put them there, but I can't trust the Pittsburgh Steelers. Matthew Stafford just got hurt. I don't trust the San Francisco 49ers because there's a bunch of new things going on. So there's some teams that are in the bubble, Minnesota as well, that I just can't trust just because there's too many question marks. San Diego has a pretty good roster, pretty good coach, pretty good quarterback, pretty good kicker, pretty good running game. And defense. So I think they're number 10 right now. Then you got Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is probably the most underrated team in the QFL. I don't know why they have an elite defense and elite receivers, elite quarterback. He just turns the ball over a little too much, but that's who he is. Then you have to go through Lambeau, the frozen tundra, and take on Jordan Love and one of the best defenses in the NFC. After that, you will take C.J. Stroud, another one of those up-and-coming young studs. A Saiyan warrior at the quarterback position, almost elite, and he's almost a Super Saiyan. Not to mention they have one of the top 5 defenses. Then you got Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is the only rookie Super Saiyan that's ever lived. He now has an extra weapon in Deebo Samuels. His running back's gone, so you expect him to chuck it and chuck it and chuck it, and I think he's going to succeed. After that, you're going to have to go to Detroit and take on the Lions and Jared Goff and Amon-Ra and company. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, a double-headed monster in the backfield. Total just domination of a team. They have defense, they have pass rushers, they have D-line, O-line, you name it. Field goal kicker, elite. Then you have to go to Buffalo, where you will take on the reigning MVP, Josh Allen.
Goddamn white boy.
In there, you will find not only a crazy quarterback who can throw it farther than the field can stretch. He's also very, 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 very gifted at running. After that, you got the most gifted and the premier dual threat quarterback in the league in Lamar Jackson.
Yes, bitch!
When you go to Baltimore, you will know one thing and one thing only. You will come out bruised up, whether you win or lose. These motherfuckers are here to hit, not to win or to score. They're here to hit. The way we win is by hitting. Then you go to the most recent dynasty and the premier quarterback in the league, in Patrick Mahomes. You will have the number one offensive mind in the league's history on one sideline with the premier quarterback and a tight end and receivers all over the place, and their running back is healthy again. So watch out for that. Not to mention they have a top 5 defense as well. And then you have the reigning champions, Jalen Hurts,
306 spoonage.
who is a top 5 quarterback, and the Philadelphia Eagles. They deserve to be there. They're one of the most solid rosters, an elite quarterback, an elite defense, elite running game, elite kicker, elite head coach. It's just an elite team, and they're deserving of the number 1 spot. Does anybody disagree?
Fatality.
What you got?
Okay, so I'll start from the top. Since you started from the bottom, I'm gonna go. Obviously, Philly. They have to get dethroned. I went Baltimore. I still think Baltimore. Like I said, like we keep saying, they're beating themselves. It's not anything that KC, the Bills are doing that are like stopping their offense or anything. It's just the turnovers. Like, just don't turn the ball over, like you said, with Kansas City, and you probably win most of these games. Let's just keep it real. At 3, I got Kansas City Chiefs. I still think they're, they have the experience. They have one of the best head coaches ever. Definitely, like you said, offensive mind, best offensive mind ever. So I always have them up there, echelon. I got the Bills at 4. I think the only thing that holds me back about the Bills, I would actually put them up, is that that receiving core. Maybe if they had somebody more like they did when they had Diggs or something like that, I feel like that's more like you got your solid number 1, and then you have others. That's okay, but when you don't have really anything there, and it's just like a bunch of guys. I don't know, but it worked out good for him last year. But in the playoffs, in that game against Kansas City, it didn't look good. So that's why I have them at 4. At 5, I got Detroit. If Detroit stays healthy and their cornerback play turns around, as far as their secondary in general, if their secondary in general could stop the pass, they'll have a chance. But if they're just going head to head with somebody else's offense, I'll pick any of those offenses that I have on top over Detroit. At 6, I have Washington. I think Washington is, man, I'm pretty sure they were embarrassed last year by that playoff game. Jaden Daniels is gonna come back with a fury, and I'm expecting big things out of
Embarrassed.
Huh?
Embarrassed.
Yeah, like the game against Philly.
They scored 33 points or something like that.
Huh?
They scored like 33 points.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're embarrassed in the sense of the way they was turning the ball over. They turned the ball over 4 times, brother.
And they still scored 30 points.
Exactly.
I think I wouldn't say they were embarrassed. I say they were they're motivated. I wouldn't say they're embarrassed because they weren't expected to go to the AFC Championship game. They did way better than anybody expected.
No, and I understand that, but I'm pretty sure Daniels holds himself to a higher standard.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say embarrassing. Embarrassing is Pat Mahomes.
Turning the ball, yeah, that's too. But I'm saying turn over the ball 4 times, bro.
Yeah, but it's not like they got blown out. 33
No,
points.
I'm not saying they didn't. Well, I mean, they did get blown out, though.
They didn't get blown out.
Bro, it was 50 to 30 to like
33.
30 something.
That's a 17-point game.
I think it was 30 something.
To me, to blow out is 21 blow.
I mean, it was like empty calories at the end there though.
I get that, but I think they put up a good fight. I don't want to say embarrass. I just wouldn't use the word embarrass. That's all. I think embarrass is more for the Chiefs or for the Ravens.
I feel like Jaden Daniels feels like he was embarrassed about the fact that they turned the ball over 4 times. I'm not thinking about the score in general. Just holding on to the ball to give himself a chance to win that game, because I feel like it would have been a different game had they not turned the ball over like that. Most definitely. At 7 I have the Texans, who you have as well. And then at 8 I got the Vikings. I think the Vikings, the only question there is the quarterback. For me, I got the Bucks at right there at 9. Solid team. If the defense shows up, watch out, because that receiving core with Baker Mayfield and the running backs they have, I like that team a lot. And then Green Bay. I feel like I need to see more from the wide receiver core for Green Bay. I think that's the only thing really holding them back as well.
Yep. That's, I think, the weakest part of the roster, but it's not weak. I just think it's just the weakest part.
Yeah, it's not weak. I feel like it's just injury prone, I guess you can say. Seems like somebody's always dinged up over there.
No, they have 2 tight end formation now. I think they're going to be pretty dangerous. I think the Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs like always, and I think we're going to have a battle on our hands. We will see them week 4. We start off with Buffalo. Sunday Night Football. Can't wait, baby. Let's fucking
Hell yeah!
get to see this defense murder Josh Allen one time in his own house. I'm glad it's in Buffalo, too. I hope it snows. I hope it's negative 40 out there. I don't get 2 shits. I just want revenge.
Yeah, I think Travis Kelce is gonna have a good year. Not great, just solid. Like pretty much every year he's been the last 3 years.
Well, we're about at that 50-minute mark. We're about to sign out. We will be back on Monday. Monday we will make another mock draft and recap week 3 of the preseason.
Appreciate the viewers.
Yes, we do appreciate the viewers. Denali, always a pleasure. We are the Pressure Podcast, which means to perform, react, and do or use strategies in sports under rigorous environments, motherfucker. Once again, this is the only podcast where viewer has saved. If you have a webcam, we will send you a web link, so you can put your own little screen right there, hop on the mic, and talk your shit.
Hell yeah!
Come smoke the blunt with us or something. I don't know. Get up there.
Yes.
Come talk some shit,
We
man.
want to hear your takes. Feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Okay? Till Monday, motherfuckers. Denali.